Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about episode 7 of Star Wars The Bad Batch. So this episode starts with the Bad Batch on the run from whoever these people that they stole from. They stole like this weird little lizard creature thing, and it was for one of Cid's clients. And it was a pretty exciting little chase. You see Hunter in the gunner seat, but one thing that I'm really glad about is that we didn't just get a full episode of them stealing this lizard. I feel like another filler episode would have really done some damage to the momentum of the show. And I'm fine with filler. You know, I don't have an issue with it. I think that exploring the galaxy a little bit more is always a good thing. But not to the point where it starts to kill the interest in the characters and the overarching plot. Once they get back to that little cantina place where Cid is always operating, we see a hooded figure, and Hunter kind of checks him out over in the corner. And that hooded figure is actually Captain Rex. And we finally got to Rex. We've been waiting a while for him, guys, and I know you've been waiting too. And it's just like, it was so exciting and so relieving knowing that we're getting back to like the main story. You know, why we're all here, to see the clones and watching them figure out this struggle that is Order 66 and the chips inside their heads. So after the Bad Batch and Rex kind of reminisce a little bit, you know, greet each other, Hunter holds his head again, and he's having another headache. And what's really cool about this part is Rex is like, he's ready to take him down. You know, he's moving the poncho back, and he's ready to pull a gun on him and shoot. And whew, I mean, just seeing Rex like that, he saw what happened to Jesse and all those other brothers that were, you know, on that Star Destroyer with Ahsoka, and so he knows the danger of these chips inside their heads, and you can just really see like how serious Rex is taking this situation. It's great. After that brief little scare in the cantina, Rex decides that the Batch needs to go to Bracca, which is a planet from Jedi Fallen Order, you know, one of my favorite Star Wars things of all time, and find a medical bay inside of a broken down Star Destroyer in order to remove their chips, and just like how his was in Season 7 of the Clone Wars. And while they're on board this ship, there are tons of references to the game. I was having a field day. I mean, just every little thing. You saw the little rats, you know, similar to the ones. There's a line in Fallen Order where Cal's talking about rats or something.
Sounds like scrap rats. Creepy. Just passing through, guys. No need to come out and say hi this time.
You see the yellow cables that you have to like cut and climb down. There's a sarlacc, like what Prof almost fell into. I mean, just full of little Easter eggs for all us Fallen Order fans, and I was loving it. The only thing that's missing is Cal. You better be coming soon. So after a while, they finally get to the med bay, and they start removing, or getting ready to remove, Wrecker's inhibitor chip. And it gets heavy from there. Tech goes to put that little headband on Wrecker, and Wrecker's like, get that off of me. And you can really kind of see the aggression taking place. And as we were watching, I was like, oh boy, here we go. And man, Wrecker's chip activates, and he just goes freaking Hulk smash on these people. I mean, he grabs Tech by the throat and like throws him across the room, and it's just like, it was crazy. I can't imagine how scary it has to be going up against someone like Wrecker. I mean, just that pure strength. And I mean, we've seen him taking like blaster bolts this entire show. He's gotten shot like 5 times this whole show. And so we know that like he's already gonna be difficult to take down. I mean, Captain Rex is having a hard time taking him down, and if Rex is having a hard time taking somebody down, that means it's a serious threat. So he works his way through the Bad Batch, and he gets to Omega, and I'm like, oh my god, what is he gonna do? Like, don't hurt Omega, right? And he's got the gun pointed at her, and you can kind of hear him, like, he says good soldiers follow orders, but in like a slower way. That kind of seems like he's fighting it a little bit, kind of like how Rex did before he just couldn't fight it anymore and ended up pulling the triggers on Ahsoka. And oh man, the emotions were flowing the first time I watched this. I was like, oh, this is freaking rough. It's looking like Wrecker is getting ready to pull the trigger and kill Omega when Rex comes behind and shoots him with a stun and knocks him out. They bring him onto the table, and they finally, safely remove that chip from him. And that was a really scary scene. Like, I can't imagine being one of the other clones in that situation and like not knowing what to do, whether it's you know, save Omega and kill your brother, your best friend. After everyone gets their chips removed safely, we see Rex kind of talking to someone out there on his comm. He said he'll meet them at the next rendezvous point. We don't know if this is a boy or a girl as far as I remember, and which means it could be Ahsoka, it could be the Martez sisters. You know, there's maybe Bail Organa. I know that people have been throwing that name around recently with him maybe making an appearance in the show. But I'm so excited for this next episode. I'm really hoping that we see Cal Kestis. Yeah, we need to see him. The episode ends with 2 members of the Scrapper Guild using their macro binoculars and zooming in on the clones and alerting the Empire that of their presence. And so, which means we might see, you know, Crosshair again in this next episode. Hopefully, we haven't seen him since episode 3, so I think we're about due for some Crosshair action. I'm ready to see more. Well, I say I'm ready. There's gonna be more heartbreaking action to come with Crosshair and the Bad Batch having to make tough decisions when it comes to dealing with him. It's just, the show has just done a really good job of just making you feel for essentially the same character over and over again. And it's like what Dave did with the Clone Wars, especially in that Umbara arc. But I feel like with this, it's just bigger, because it really is just the 5 of these guys, you know, the Bad Batch plus Rex against an Empire. And it's just crazy and so well done, and I'm loving it. I can't wait for next week. Anyways, that's going to do it for my episode 7 review of Star Wars The Bad Batch. Remember to like and subscribe and share my channel, because I'm trying to grow. And if you don't, you're a massive Pong Krell fan. Have a great day, and may the Force be with you.